everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a little bit of a minute because we've been busy with duck hunting and fighting off the Nazi invasions in Europe and Hell Let Loose. So this week, what we want to talk about in honor of Hogwarts Legacy, which is apparently going to be the game of the year. I don't know if it's that good. It's just that many people are playing it right now. We're going to talk about Harry Potter. All right. One of the greatest movie experiences of 2001 or 2002, whenever it came out. I think it was 2001.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, based off of a very high-selling children's novel.
Sorcerer's Stone?
What did I say?
Chamber of Secrets.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, based off of a popular children's novel written by J.K. Rowling or whatever.
Some British chick.
Yeah. One of the most infuriating and based people you can ever find. Like, you never know where it's coming from her. She'll say, every race is swappable, but every gender is not, in a heartbeat. Like, I mean, she doesn't care. So Harry, this is the first Harry Potter book. If you don't know about Harry Potter, he's a kid, he's an orphan, living with some really crappy aunt and uncle and cousin. Finds out he's a wizard from a really hairy giant, and then gets whisked away to this magical land into this giant unsafe school where he will be tortured for the next 7 years and put through trials that no child should have to go through.
All right, well, that's it. We've summed it all up.
That's Harry Potter. But we're just starting with the first one. Okay, first movie came out 2001. Budget, $125 million. You want to give a guess to how much it made?
I'm going to guess around $1 billion.
$1 billion indeed, sir. For the first movie, that's not too bad.
That's pretty damn good for a first movie.
Oh yeah. Especially back then. Like, this isn't like a established franchise.
Yeah, no.
Like in modern times. This was a new thing in 2001.
We're talking about a movie adaptation of a book and a fantasy book in 2001 that really I don't think most adults were probably familiar with. It hit the kids, and the kids loved it.
Yeah, and you had to be right at that right age group, right? Because when we were kids, like when this came out for us, we were too young to be reading books that were that big. Yeah. I don't know when the books actually came out. The first time I read one, I was 6. I was like, this is a very long book. But which one did I read? I think I read the first one and the second one. I don't remember when the books came out.
97, the first book came out.
So the first book comes out in 97. I didn't read them until probably 2001 when the movies came out. I wasn't allowed to see the first Harry Potter in theaters. I was 6 when it came out anyway, so I wasn't really tracking or aware of it.
I don't think I saw it in theaters, but I do remember we had it on VHS.
Yeah, so the next one that came out, Chamber of Secrets, there was a kid in my school that was in a horrific accident over the summer and went from being like very normal kid to extremely disabled, both physically and mentally. Sweetheart though, right? And his birthday party was at Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And so my mom could not tell me no because she would feel awful for not letting me go to this kid's birthday party. And so she comes with, and we go to see Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And I remember the kid sitting next to me was like an older kid that I guess was related to the kid. It was his birthday. I've never seen Harry Potter at this point. This is the first time I'm ever watching anything Harry Potter. And he's probably like 9 or 10, but I was 6, or 7. So, you know, he was a big kid to me. And it's showing all the houses on Privet Drive or whatever. And he just makes this statement. It's the first time I've ever heard somebody say all the houses look like because they were brown. And I just thought that was really weird. And I like I said, that was the first time like I remember hearing the word. And it was
interesting.
Yeah, at a disabled kid's birthday party. But watch the movie, super into that movie. And my mom just like got super absorbed into Harry Potter, became obsessed with it. And then
the woman that wouldn't let you watch it.
The woman that wouldn't let me watch it originally.
Because I'm assuming witches and wizards.
Right.
Not a very Christian thing.
Sure. But then was just super absorbed into it, like obsessed with it. And so we started getting Harry Potter movies every year as like a Christmas gift. So I did get the VHS tape. And I had the extended edition VHS tape.
Sick.
Until my little brother pulled the tape out and made it into a purse. I wanted to kill him. I was so angry because I had the extended edition. But yeah, I lost it. First movie, great. Love that movie. I think it kind of starts off on a high, right? So Harry Potter, as you go further into the movies, the way more sad and depressing and dark they get.
I mean, the first one starts off pretty sad. His
Sure.
parents die
Okay.
right off the bat.
Okay. Sure, right? But it's not like you're emotionally attached to his parents. It's kind of just like, yeah, his parents are dead.
It's still sad. Like, you see this little baby just being dropped off on a doorstep.
Okay, when I'm 6, I'm not thinking, oh, it's so sad this kid's parents died.
Well, I'm thinking that because I just rewatched it. And, yeah, I don't know. The whole series just kind of... Like, yeah, they bring up his parents are dead and he's an orphan and everything, but they just kind of gloss over, like, the human world part of it, where he's living in a freaking room under the doorsteps, or under the stairs, I mean. And they treat him like...
Yeah, but, if you get past that, though, that's only the first few minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And then he gets to Magic Hogwarts Land, and he's having a blast the whole time.
Until he has to go back to the...
Sure, but think of, like, the later movies when it comes to tone and, like, visually. They are literally darker, like, significantly darker. People start dying. People start getting murdered. Like, people that you've watched for 6, 7 movies start dying off. And so, way more depressing towards the end. The beginning, there's still, like, hope, you know? It's like when you're watching Star Wars, and sure, there's awful things happening to good people, but there's still, like, an overall theme of good. Where in this, as you get further along, it starts to lose all of the goodness, and it just gets, like, darker and sadder. It's like, oh, you met your godfather, and you guys are, like, really getting along, and you really enjoy him. Dead. Oh, you really like Professor Dumbledore? You guys are getting along, he's teaching you stuff. Dead. Oh, you find out Snape wasn't a bad guy this whole time, and that he actually loved you because he loved your mother, and he was only being that way because he was super protective of you. Boom. Dead. Oh, you really like these twins? They're super fun, and they hang out together, and they pull off pranks. Boom. One of them's dead. Now one of them's alone for the rest of his life and is not going to have his twin anymore. Oh, these people just got married. Boom, one of them's dead. Like, it's so sad.
Listen, maybe JK was onto something. She was trying to prepare our generation for what's to come.
Yeah, she's getting us ready for COVID. But no, she was going through stuff in her life, and so that was like reflecting in her books. But this one, like, it doesn't have all that stuff, right? There's still, yeah, sure, his parents die and he's living in a bad place, but he's going to another place that's more magical, and he's getting his eyes open to all this other stuff. So that's good. Like, really enjoyed the movie overall, though. Let's get into more, like, detail of what's going on throughout the movie, right? So we open up, you know, like you said, he got delivered. They have the guy who's essentially the janitor. Well, he's not really the janitor.
The groundskeeper.
Yeah, Filch is the janitor, but he's like the lawnmower guy, you know. Deliver a baby on a flying motorcycle in the middle of the night. I guarantee it was cold. It's England.
By the way.
Yeah, I don't know what month they were killed in, but I can't imagine that flying through the air on a motorcycle would be healthy for a baby. But you know what? Dumbledore knew what he was doing, I guess. And we move on from that. He grows up. He goes to the zoo with his crappy cousin. Finds out he can talk to a snake. Makes the glass disappear. Everybody thinks he's a freak. He starts getting letters. The owls, hilarious. I just love all of them, like, yeeting those letters in there, and they're going everywhere. Whenever it's like, there's no post on Sundays. And then there's tons of posts on Sunday.
It explodes out of the fireplace.
Yeah. The aunt and uncle, I think everybody in these movies are perfectly casted, except for maybe the first Dumbledore. I think he was good because he had that, like, wise, you know.
Yeah, he was just too quiet and too, I don't know.
Old.
He wasn't charismatic or anything.
Yeah.
He was the actor for the first 2 movies.
Yeah, and then he died.
Right.
Yeah, I think he did good, but yeah, the second Dumbledore I definitely like more because of the charisma. But
yeah,
Professor McGonagall, great. Snape was handpicked by J.K. Rowling, and she told him about Snape's relationship with Harry before it was even in a book. Like, she hadn't finished the last books yet, and so he was kind of in on it the whole time and acting with that knowledge. But I thought that was neat. But he meets Hagrid. Hagrid gives his cousin the little pigtail, turns him into a little pig boy. I think that's hilarious. I have no idea what Hagrid is saying to Uncle Vernon when he's, like, bending the shotgun barrel. It's like something about drying up, great prune or something. I can't figure it out. I've been baffled by that for the last 20 years.
Some watered down insult, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was cool they bent the shotgun like that.
I mean, he is big as shit, so.
Yeah.
And magical.
Yeah, he is. He's half giant, so buff boy. Robbie Coltrane, great actor. The only other thing I've ever saw him in besides Harry Potter is Frasier. He's in like 1 or 2 episodes of Frasier. So he meets Hagrid. Hagrid takes him off to get his school supplies and tells him a little bit about like you're a wizard, Harry. And then Harry's like, you're a hairy wizard. And they go to Diagon Alley. So he's picking a wand, and he ends up with the one that's basically the twin of Hitler's wand, like Wizard Hitler.
Yeah.
So will Harry grow up to be another Wizard Hitler? I mean, find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. I mean, don't know. He could, but that part's all cool. Hagrid tells Harry about what happened to him and why he has that scar, and who or whatever. And then we meet the Weasleys. All right, the dirty, rotten, red-headed, freckle-faced, hand-me-down wizards with no money. Ugh, I can't stand them.
Well, speaking of money, you skipped the Gringotts part.
Oh yeah, he is loaded. Holy crap!
Yeah. That caught me off guard when I rewatched it because I was like, wait a second, I forgot Harry's rich.
Yeah, and I feel like they kind of glance over that for the rest of the movies.
What is he doing? Is he just hoarding it all?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're like, yo, Harry, we heard about what happened on the train on the way here. You might want to slow down, okay? Like, you just used your entire year's allowance on the first day. Now, we know we got free magic food here at the school, so you don't have to pay for lunch or anything. But you maybe not throw that gold out so easily, You could get robbed by Robbie Coltrane. Yeah, I mean, he's that rich. He's letting Hagrid live in that shack like that. I mean, he could have got him something better. Same with the Weasleys. They do everything they do for him, and he's letting them live in a house that's like leaning over.
Yeah, when you get into the later movies, like he's actually staying at their house. He's eating their food, sleeping in their beds.
Yeah.
He doesn't toss a little coin their way? Come on.
Yeah, come on. Toss a coin to your Weasley. Oh, man. Actually, I really like the Weasleys because, they took him in and all that.
They are relatable.
Yeah. Where have you been? I like how she wants to lock Ron up because Ron's a piece of crap. Put the bar in his windows. And she's like, oh, Harry, dear, come have some biscuits. Sleep with my daughter. So, yeah, he gets on the train with Ron, and they're chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Anything from the trolley, dear?
Yeah, he's like, we'll take the lot!
What a douchey thing to do, by the way.
Especially if, what if he's on one of the earlier cars that she started going down?
Right.
He's like, what? There's 400 more kids that I gotta ask if they want anything.
Fuck them
off
kids.
The trolley. Yeah, apparently, but he takes the lot, and Ron, I didn't hear Ron ask to have any of that. And Ron just goes to town on it. Like, come on, man, eat that nasty, wadded up ball of bread that you brought with you, with your rat.
Pedophile rat.
Yeah. He's definitely been watching underage people dress and undress for countless years. Like, all of the Weasley kids had him as a pet, up to Ron. So, I don't know, Peter Pettigrew, more like Peter Pettigrew. Okay. They get there, they find Trevor, the toad. I don't know how he got in the castle from the train, because Neville lost Trevor on the train, because that's when Hermione walked up, was like, have you seen a toad or whatever? A boy named Neville lost one. But then he finds it at the castle. How did it get to the castle? They took boats to get to the castle. Also, that's the only time anybody takes a boat is like when they were first years. Why do the first years have to take boats?
I don't know. Anything you're wondering about these movies, the answer is magic.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that I like about Harry Potter. Because with Star Wars and Jurassic Park and Star Trek and all these giant franchises, they try to write lore for everything and why everything is the way that it is. Where with Harry Potter, nobody really cares.
Yeah, you don't have to. Magic.
Yeah, you said that this person invented this spell. How did they invent the spell? It seems like you just speak some form of Latin and things shoot out of this stick,
Yep, you got it.
Why are they using chemicals to make spells when a spell is just a word? I don't understand. You craft a spell, but you're not. It's like then you speak it. I understand, but you don't have to because it's Harry Potter, right? We got a giant 30-foot snake just swimming around here, killing kids. Nobody ever says anything. I love one of my favorite things about Harry Potter is somebody says something about Hogwarts being the safest place that Harry could be or something like that. That is so unimaginably incorrect.
That's literally where the one guy on Earth that wants to kill him is.
Yeah, in the first movie, Voldemort's literally a teacher there, or at least attached to a teacher, killing things on school grounds and sucking their blood.
Letting trolls in.
Yeah. Okay. A like 30-foot tall troll just magically just walks into this schoolhouse, and this place is supposed to be considered safe. You've got a 3-headed Cerberus just sitting in a room. Now, just and if you manage to get past that, you've got deadly plants.
And what's the point of the lock on the door before you get to Fluffy? Because
if everybody just goes, Alohomora! Alohomora! Everybody, it's the first spell they learn, apparently.
Right.
What's the point of having a lock on anything there? Unless you got a magical lock, which obviously, so you can... Magic, exactly. That's like, you can't try to explain it, because there's no point. Because it's Harry Potter. Like, they don't care. Like, we do what we want. But yeah, it's not a safe school. That was definitely wrong. First movie, you've got, the troll. You've got Wizard Hitler there. You've got a Cerberus there. You got those vines in that room that try to kill the kids. And then you got a deadly chess set. And then outside the school, you've got the Whomping Willow. Okay? You've got a forest filled with giant spiders, werewolves, centaurs that are very racist against wizards, and all sorts of things out there. You hire a werewolf as a teacher on accident.
Good guy, though.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but he's still a werewolf, right? You hire a moron that's willing to, like, wipe the minds of students as a teacher. You accidentally hire, like, a Nazi SS officer disguised as a cop. You have the Tri-Wizard tournament where kids are fighting dragons and mermaids that are trying to drown them, and whatever else, like a giant monster hedge that eats people. And then you've got a giant locked up in the woods. You hire a teacher that slices kids with words so that they, like, instead of writing words on the chalkboard, she makes them write on enchanted paper that cuts it into their skin and leaves them scarred. Like, this place doesn't sound that safe to me. And then the final battle between, like, good and evil is on school grounds. I don't know, man. Doesn't sound like a safe place. Oh, and the Dementors. Even the Dementors, which are supposed to be like security guards, attack students and kill them. Or almost kill them. Try to eat their souls. I don't know. Very sketchy sound in school to me. But hey, they love it there. To the Sorting Hat. So we get the Sorting Hat. He's like, not Slytherin. Not Slytherin. He's like, not Slytherin, you say? Well, I think you'd be good in Slytherin. Oh, well, Gryffindor. And everybody's like, yay, Gryffindor. But, like, you can just tell the guy what house you want to be in, and he'll do it. Has nobody ever done that before? That everybody's just like, ooh, I'll let the magic hat do its magic thing. And Harry's like, no.
I think it's a special case for Slytherin, because, like, if you don't want to be in Slytherin, then, like, that's the one house that's going to work for.
I don't know. I feel like they could do that with any of them. Like, I'd be like, not Hufflepuff. Not Hufflepuff.
I would say the same.
Yeah, just please Slytherin, bro. Let me be
let me be a Ravenclaw or a Slytherin, not Hufflepuff.
I just want to be Slytherin. They got the coolest dorm room. Like, you live in, I don't know, like a dungeon with windows that go out into a lake. You get to look at fish.
I like the name Ravenclaw, and I like the purple color scheme and all that.
They're blue.
Well, it's like a bluish purple.
They're
purplish blue. Whatever. It's a dark blue.
Yeah, sure. It's still. I like Slytherin because they got a snake.
Yeah.
I don't like the name though.
I'm a slithery little snaky snake.
It's just like you couldn't have come up with something better. Like, how does this name? Well, Slithers. They're Slytherin. Slithering around everywhere. What are we gonna name this place? I don't know. Slytherin. All right, cool. Why not? Gryffindor. I mean, at least that's got like a griffin, you know. Ravenclaw. That's kind of cool. Hufflepuff, don't get that one. Sounds like the High Kids.
Sounds like Marshmallow.
And then the thing is a badger. What's a badger and a Huffle? Like, I don't understand.
Probably
it's
some
like
British
Slytherin
thing,
snake.
man.
I got that. Raven, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor. I think Griffins are part lion or something. So, I mean, you got the lion. Then you got Hufflepuff.
Brits. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Oh, man. So everybody's like, yeah, he's Gryffindor. Like, nobody could have guessed that's where he was going to go. It's kind of messed up that that's how they do that, though. Let's see, what's after that? They go to their rooms, I guess, right? Figure it out. It's got potions class. I don't remember anything significant coming that. Really, the next thing that I really remember is like them learning how to fly brooms. Mm. One of my favorite scenes from any Harry Potter movie is when they're like, up, up, up. And then you just got that whoosh, like when Ron gets smacked in the face. Oh, that's great.
Classic Ron.
Yeah. And then Draco Malfoy like steals the Remembrall or whatever thing from Neville, and Harry goes after it and catches it, and Professor McGonagall catches him. Now he wants him to be the new Seeker for Gryffindor, and they gotta learn about this sport that's just like, once again, a school that doesn't sound very safe. You know, you got kids flying 150 feet up with wooden sticks beating the crap out of each other, and then having magical iron balls flying at hundreds of miles an hour trying to hit them. Like, super safe school. Yeah, great. Sure. The sport's actually kind of cool. Like, the rules don't make sense whatsoever because the waffle or whatever it's called, I can't remember. The one ball that they throw into the hoops, you get points for. But if let's say your team gets 160 points from throwing that ball into the rings, and the other team doesn't throw any the entire time, but they catch the snitch. Now that says you win, but they don't have as much points because it's only 150 points. That doesn't make any sense to me either, how they did that.
I think 150 is like such a high number for that game. The other team's not going to get 160.
I've played a lot of Quidditch in my time. I've gotten a way more than 150 points.
Are you playing with unlimited time or something?
No. If anything, I got less time than they do.
I don't know.
Because I was playing the Game Boy Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup game. Fantastic game, by the way. Every Harry Potter game, by the way, that I've played, fantastic. Now, I've only played Chamber of Secrets, the Sorcerer's Stone, and the Quidditch game. And then Hogwarts Legacy, I haven't played too much so far. And then the Lego games are fantastic. Alright, so, yeah, we get past that. It's Halloween, and the Professor Quirrell comes up, Hitler. He's like, oh, troll in the dungeon or whatever, and everybody starts freaking out. Another scene that I loved as a kid, just because of watching Draco's face during that, because he's like, hands are going up, and he's like dropping his food, and he's like, ah! Oh, man, it's a lot more of a comedic movie than the later ones. Speaking of Malfoy, okay, later in the movie or earlier in the movie, can't remember, when they go to the Dark Forest, like, they rat on Harry, or like Draco rats on Harry and his friends for doing something, and then he gets punished with them, and they have to go out into the Forbidden Forest. And
hell of a punishment.
Yeah, once again, not a very safe school. Sending the kids out to the place full of giant spiders and werewolves and monsters and whatnot, but whatever. They have to go out with Hagrid, and then Hagrid does the dumbest thing that I've ever heard, is you send the chosen one with the school bully to be alone in this place at night, while you take the two side characters and go another direction. That was dumb.
He gave him the dog.
Yeah, he gave him the coward dog Fang. Sure. But whenever... This is what I wanted to talk about. When they do find the unicorn and they find the dude slurping on it, and then Draco just like runs away, he's like, ah! But if you watch the background while Harry is like dealing with that, you can see him running back and forth across the screen with the lantern. Like, ah! It's like a Scooby-Doo movie.
I'm going to have to rewatch that.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull it up when we're done. That part was so funny. You just see him running back and forth across. But yeah, he meets Voldemort, or I guess he finds out Voldemort. He meets a centaur, goes back to the school. Class, blah, 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 blah. Finds a invisibility cloak for Christmas or something. Blah, 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 blah. Uses that and finds a mirror. Finds out that he can see his parents in the mirror. And then Dumbledore tells him what the mirror lets him see. And then they're trying to blame Snape for everything, and they get past the three-headed dog and the plants and all that fun. The chess, which, by the way, I think Ron severely overreacted to getting taken out in the chess game, because he acted like he himself had gotten stabbed.
No, he just fell.
Well, that's all it was. He just fell. But the way he was acting was like it stabbed him.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, calm down. You're falling like 4 feet. Relax. I mean, you might have a bruise on the back of your head or something. Maybe a slight concussion at the worst. You're gonna be okay. Stop freaking out. And then, yeah, definitely didn't need Hermione to go with Harry after that, right? Oh, Ron just fell a couple of feet. Better leave you behind. Why go take on Wizard Hitler on my own at 11? But he goes in there and does whatever. They get the stone, and he's like, "Oh, get him," or whatever. And he touches Quirrell, and his hand starts to rot and turn into dust. Sick. And then Harry, being the absolute murderous savage that he is at 11 years old, doesn't even think twice about it. Is like, let me touch this guy's face. If I did that to his hand with my skin, I'm gonna touch his face. So he's like, yeah, doesn't even think. He's 11 years old. Doesn't think twice about murdering his teacher. That's what I like about Harry. He just keeps rolling with it. He's like, you know what? I'm a wizard. Cool, let's go with it. Oh, I'm gonna be the new Seeker. I'm the new head guy of our team, where everybody else is 5 years older than me. Send it. The whole time, Harry Potter is just a full send kind of guy. Doesn't even care about the consequences. Murders a teacher. Turns him into dust. Like something out of Indiana Jones or The Mummy. It was sick.
That's a lot for 1 year of school.
I know. It's not even it's a full year. He's only there for 6 months or something, probably.
And this is all brand new to him. The whole wizarding world.
Yeah, and he goes balls to the wall with it, for lack of a better term.
I respect it.
Yeah, me too. I think Ron is super obnoxious, though, because throughout all of Harry Potter, he acts like Harry should know something. But it's why would Harry know that thing if you didn't tell him that thing before?
Yeah.
In the second movie, whenever he's like, "You're a parcel mouth," or whatever it's called, he's like, What are you saying, Ron? You're just saying some made-up word. I don't know what that is. What are you saying, Ron? What are you saying? Oh, you can talk to snakes. Okay, can nobody else talk to snakes? Is that not common? I don't know these things, Ron. I've been here for 1 year. It's not a full year, okay? I live with a bunch of muggles in London or wherever. It's not like I'm exposed to this on a daily basis, Ron. So chill out. The thing with the frog. He's like, oh, you let the frog go. It's okay, how am I supposed to know this piece of chocolate is about to yeet itself out a window? I have no idea. Why would I know that? Do you understand, Ron? Okay, I'm not used to this stuff. That's how I would feel towards Ron if I was Harry. But it's not just Ron, I think. I think all of them were like that. And Hermione wasn't raised in wizard stuff either. But she, immersed herself in everything and is reading books constantly and being a huge nerd, where Harry is just like a Chad. He's like, reading? Psh, I wasn't here. I'm not here to read. I'm here to lead.
I'm the boy who lived. I got this.
I'm the chosen one, boys. Books are for nerds. So, yeah, he just goes full send on everything, doesn't even care. It's like he's the luckiest guy in the world, and he doesn't have to think about a thing. I mean, he's not super lucky, right? Because his parents got murdered, and his friends start getting killed, and his mentors start getting killed. So, not super lucky, but he himself makes it through everything just fine. I mean, he dies a little bit. By the way, 100% J.K. Rowling stole that from the Bible. Harry had to die to defeat Voldemort. Does that sound like anybody we know? The chosen one? Dying so everyone can live. Sounds a little bit like Jesus.
You mean like how Anakin died and Darth Vader lived?
No, that's not. Anakin is not.
He's the chosen one. I'm just saying.
Sure, but Anakin did not have to die in order to save everybody.
Save the Empire.
Sure. Anakin was not a rip-off of the Bible in any sense of the word. Maybe like King David, right? Where he's like the chosen one, but then he starts doing a lot of messed up stuff, and then he kind of gets redeemed in the end.
All right, off topic.
Are you telling me Star Wars is off topic from Harry Potter? They're both about wizards.
Space wizards, British wizards.
Hey,
same.
British/Irish. By the way, good luck doing that with any kind of a movie when it comes to Americans, right? Because the way when they were casting for Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling was like, "You will not hire any American." Hagrid was they were trying to get Robin Williams to be Hagrid. I'm glad he isn't. Don't get me wrong, but she was like, "No Americans. We will hire only Brits and only Irish." I don't know if she counted Scots in there somewhere, but from what I understand, it was just British and Irish that were allowed to be hired. That's racist. Not really, because it wasn't about their skin color. It was more of their nationalist. Or what?
Nationalist?
Nationalist. But you couldn't do that with anything, if you wanted to make a movie about like an American thing, because all the good actors are British, you know. It's like, great. We got Mel. Well, is Mel Gibson American? I don't even know if Mel Gibson is American.
Chuck Norris.
I don't know why, but I always think Mel Gibson is Australian because of Mad Max. But I know he's not. There's no way he's Australian. He's definitely American, and he hates the British. That's why he always makes movies about hating the British, like The Patriot and The Passion. No, I don't think that's about the British. That's about the Romans. Well, I mean, the Romans did take over Britain, right? So, kind of the same. Same. But, yeah, first Harry Potter movie, pretty good. Pretty funny. Was there anything that stuck out with it for you? Any scenes that were like, ha ha ha? Or anything?
Not like ha ha ha, but the chess scene I thought was pretty sick. Like, that they had to be the pieces.
Yeah.
But, as a kid, I'm watching this and I'm like, oh man, it's going to be sick when the knight freaking slashes one of these kids in half.
You better play your moves right, boy. That
Yeah.
queen's got a sword and she ain't afraid to use it. Yeah, I really loved watching those movies as a kid because they're just like, there was so much happiness and
Oh,
hope.
the troll boogers, that stuck out
Ooh.
when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, troll bogeys. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Harry like straight up just like went on that thing's back and was like, yeah. He don't care. He just full send all the time. He stole a car in the second movie. 12 years
Balls
old.
to the wall.
12 years old stealing cars, flying cars at that. Kid's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you rate Harry Potter 1?
You go. I can't think right now.
I'll give it 13 Patronuses out of 15 Dumbledores screaming, "Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?"
I give it 7 Dementors out of 10 Prisoners of Azkaban.
Yeah.
It was not my favorite of the Harry Potter movies, but it's a classic. Childhood classic. I think holding it in my hands in that VHS tape, that brings back a childhood memory.
Mm.
So it is special, but it's not the best of the Harry Potter movies.
All right. On the count of 3, we're going to say what we think is the best Harry Potter movie, but we got to do it at the same time.
Hang on.
Trust me, it's not going to be the last 2.
You threw out a lot of spoilers for me, by the way.
Oh, calm down. They've been out for 20 years. The books have been out for 20 years. At this point, there's nothing I can do.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Prisoner of Azkaban. You son of a gun.
I was going to say it, but I forgot the words.
Episode 3.
I was like the third prisoner one.
Yeah, that one is the best one. Maybe we'll do that for the next podcast. We'll just skip over Chamber.
I mean,
I really like Chamber.
yeah,
don't get me
I like
wrong,
Chamber too.
But I really want to watch the third one right now.
Yeah, well, I just watched it. But yeah, Lupin's my man.
Oh, yeah. And he's in Dragonheart, but I don't want to get into that because that's going to be a whole nother thing. But actually, speaking of dragons, that kind of rolls us into our fun facts. In 2006, there was a fossil discovered in, I want to say, Indiana or something like that. And they had these kids name this new species of dinosaur. And they decided to name it Dragon King. All right? Draco Rex. Now, its full name is Draco Rex Hogwartsia.
Interesting.
Because the kids wanted to name the dinosaur after Harry Potter. Because Harry Potter was popular in 2006. And these are kids, right?
Yeah.
And so he's named after Draco Malfoy. Draco Rex Hogwartsia. So the Dragon King of Hogwarts is what that means, I guess, in Latin or whatever. Fun fact about Draco Rex is there is a statue of a Draco Rex in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Is there?
There is. So there's our Jurassic Park connection. Is a Draco Rex Hogwartsia is a dinosaur. Here's some more fun facts, not dinosaur or Jurassic Park related about Harry Potter. To get the owls to stare at Aunt Petunia in the beginning of the movie, what they had to do was tie dead mice to her dress or apron or whatever she was wearing. And so they weren't actually watching her. They were watching dead mice that were tied to her clothes.
That's metal.
That's pretty gross. We talked about Filch earlier, the guy who played, or he was the janitor for the school.
Yeah, by the way, what was that run in Goblet of Fire?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just funny. But that actor, to get ready for this role, spent, oh gosh, how long was it? A month alone in a cottage in like the Irish countryside with nothing but like nobody except a cat. So he lived with the cat for a month by himself in order to get in the mindset of Filch.
That's a pretty minor role to show that much dedication for.
Hey, there's no such thing as a minor role in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the first movie. Because if you're in the first movie, you're in the rest of them most of the time. Most of the time. So don't be disrespecting.
His cat, though, the red eyes on that thing, sick.
I like it when it gets...
In the second movie?
Yeah. How many spells did Harry cast in this movie?
0?
0. It's a movie about him learning how to be a wizard. His first year of school doesn't cast a single spell in the entire movie.
Sick.
Yeah.
He did use his wand, though.
Yeah,
on the troll.
He used it to stab somebody. How British of him. Ain't got no guns in it. Oh, yeah. Doesn't use a single spell throughout the whole movie.
At least Hogwarts hasn't had any mass shootings.
Just the battle for freedom from space, not space. I almost called him Space Hitler. From Wizard Hitler. Oh, man. I want to say Voldemort was, or the actor, the bad guy in this, I think his name was Ian. Another bad Ian. Let me check. Harry Potter, isn't it? Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone cast. I cannot find him. Yeah, Ian Hart played Professor Quirrell. Just another Ian. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ians are always bad guys, except for Ian McKellen in Lord of the Rings. But Ian McKellen in X-Men, bad guy again.
Magneto was just looking out for his people, okay?
Right. Definitely not trying to commit genocide. Okay, well, you got anything else for old Harry Potter?
Well, I mean, the reason we're doing this episode is because the game, what's it called?
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy. Now, I installed it, but I haven't played it yet. You played it a little bit?
I've played the tutorial.
Okay.
Like, only.
Yeah, we're doing this episode because we're excited about the game, and, ready to try it out, see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, before it even fully released, it had 450,000 concurrent players on Steam, just on Steam, before the full release. The last I checked, it had over 500,000 people playing on Steam at the same time. So it's doing pretty well, even with all the controversy about J.K. Rowling or whatever. What I don't understand, right, is people are mad about her saying, I don't even know what she said about transgender people. I have no idea. They're more mad about that than from the fact that at some point she tried to say it was canon that in Wizarding World, like they didn't have toilets for a long time, and that the wizards would just pee and poop on themselves and then use magic to whisk it away. That offends me way more.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that was
Well, why would you invent toilets then?
Well, I don't think they invented them. I think they just installed them after somebody else invented them.
Why would you install them?
But
if
at
you
the
could
same
just
time,
magically whisk it away.
It doesn't make
you...
any sense that there would be... Hold on a second. What's the hat on top of my stormtrooper?
Happy birthday.
Oh! You're just going to leave it there and never say anything?
I was waiting for you to realize it was there.
Hey, you're lucky that I realized it all. That thing could have been there for the last 2 months and I would have known it.
I just put it there today.
Well, I figured. That's funny. Well, thank you, Marty. Harry Potter, good. Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, good. J.K. Rowling, mixed bag, depending on what she's saying.
Isn't it?
In it. Sometimes she's based AF. And sometimes she says stuff like the wizards and witches would just pee and poop on themselves. And then use magic to make it disappear.
Did Filch's cat have a litter box, or did he just magically whisk it away?
Fun fact, it wasn't a real cat. It was CGI the whole time. No, I'm not talking about in the movie. I'm talking about in general. Like, even in their world. Like, he's just a CG cat.
What?
He's like a Patronus, but fully rendered. That's just Filch's Patronus. What do you think Filch's Patronus would be?
A rat. No, not a rat.
I think it would be a mouse or a rat, yeah. Because his soulmate's his cat, right? So, what would yours be?
A coyote.
Mine would be a dead deer then. God, Gosh darn it, get that coyote out the back of my truck. Always trying to steal my kills.
No, mine'd be a gator.
A gator. Oh, man. Might be a razorback. Woo, pig suey. Oh, man. Mine would probably be something stupid. Like something I wouldn't even want. Like, I'm never casting this even if I have to. Like, if this would save my life, I'm not going to cast it.
I did the little, there's a Harry Potter website, right, where you sort yourself.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you about that yesterday.
Oh, I've done it before. I don't remember everything I got, but I got a pretty cool Patronus. It was like some kind of mixed animal, like a...
like a biracial animal?
No, like a centaur. Like it's two things put together. I can't remember.
Wow, that's kind of messed up. Centaurs are part people, you know. Saying it's an animal?
Humans are animals.
I haven't done it. Sydney's would be a Hufflepuff if she did it. What I was going to tell you before you started playing the game yesterday, but I forgot, was that you can link your account on that website to Hogwarts Legacy. So your Patronus that you get from that quiz is the Patronus you'll have in the game. And the wand that you get from that quiz will be the wand that you have in the game. And there's a guy that you, in the house too, if you do the sorting hat. There's a guy guide that'll tell you what answers to pick to get certain Patronuses. So like if you wanted a dragon, it would tell you what answers to click in that quiz to get the dragon. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do that though.
I don't remember what mine was. It wasn't a hippogriff, but it was something like that. Like a sphinx or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Sphincter.
Yeah, but I was Ravenclaw, and I had a pretty cool looking wand. It had like a white hilt or whatever.
Did you have Voldemort's wand?
No, it was straight. It didn't have the little curve or notch or whatever.
I want the wand from Willow, where it's just like a stick. Did you ever see the guy that was like selling Harry Potter wands on eBay, and people would like pay $25-$50 for these wands, and he would just go out in his yard and get a stick and put it in a box and ship it to him?
Jeez.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. But okay, I think that wraps this up. We're just rambling now. We're gonna go watch some dank memes about Harry Potter. For all of you guys out there, Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Now, follow the Patreon if you want to help support us financially. Just follow the podcast if you want to help us with views and listens and downloads and whatnot. We like doing this, and we like doing it for fun. And you guys, we got over 250 downloads in just 2 months. So we really appreciate everybody out there that's been listening and downloading and whatnot. Especially Nate, if you ever hear this. We appreciate you the most.
What do you think Nate's Patronus would be?
What would Nate's Patronus be? Oh my gosh. A Snorlax.
I'm going to say a goat.
Oh, what's a very sleepy animal?
Oh, yeah. He is a sleepy boy.
Oh gosh. Something that just, a cat sleeps
the
a lot.
fainting goat.
Nigerian dwarf goat. I don't know. Mine would be something stupid. But okay, that's enough. Bye-bye!